the history of this place is just amazing. And I have with me here some of the things that I have used for information. This is a little book by Orville Baylor that was a man that came to Kentucky. He was a Baylor from Baylor University families. He fell in love with this county. He started writing all kinds of articles about Washington County. He helped to start Lincoln Park in the early 1930s. He was going to write a set of 6 books, and I don't think he only wrote 2, but this is a wonderful little book, and it's called The Early Times of Washington County. It actually, when I was in the Historical Society, we had this book reprinted, and it is for sale at Hardin's Jewelers. I think it's $35, and that's about what we had to pay for it. McDowell Printing was going out of business, and I said, before you go out of business, would you do us some of these books? Because there was only like 3 or 4 that I knew that were in circulation, and the Historical Society had the money to do it. This is also a book, the Washington County Bicentennial History, and it gives a lot of the families in the back of the book, but the front of the book is a pretty detailed history of Washington County. I did not do it in preparation for this class, but there is the whole first chapter is about the Native Americans that lived here and what it was in the early days. And we hope to get into that later with Bruce Welsh, because we have talked about the Paoli Indians living here. This book is no longer available, but it's the Pioneer History of Washington County. And again, it was done by Orville Baylor. And it was an edited book of all the newspaper articles that he wrote, and every page is articles that he wrote on Washington County. He went through the old order books, the Board of Trustees. Early on, it goes all the way through the Civil War. It goes further. It's just, when you look at this book with 400 pages, and think of the research that this gentleman did, because he loved this county so much and thought we had so much history. And, just, it makes me, it kind of gives me goosebumps to think that we had so much history that we have kind of let go of the byways just because of the modern age. And, I love the opportunity of being able to do this, because hopefully it'll bring some of it back. Orville Baylor was really, really interested in the Lincoln history. There is a lot of Lincoln history in here, but it also goes much further and beyond. I'm sure that this book is in the library. I did meet with Orville Baylor's daughter a few years ago. She lives in Versailles, and she has the original, the first book with the first edition, which is the hard copy. I have seen a few of those, but it's just a very rare book to have, and it just has incredible stories. It's just lots of short stories, and it's all about Washington County. It's really wonderful. So this is available, and this is available, and this would be at the library. And this is wonderful. And I think later on I'd love to come back, and then we're going to talk about all the wonderful things you do. Norma Jean's a weaver, and she's got endless talents, and she's a treasure to this county for sure.
Thank you.
And we're just glad that something drew the magnet of this place.
I still don't know why.
Brought you back here.
One day I was going to town to do my laundry. We just, as you say, we lived in one room. Or did you? I said it maybe. But anyway, I was going to town to do my laundry, and Virgil was here for the weekend. And all he did was cut wood, because we didn't have any other heat when we came. And he cut wood every day he was off. And when I passed him, I said, I just rolled the window down. I said, "So long, sucker." And I moved and I peeled off.
You thought, we've gotten into this, and now what are we going to do with it?
Yeah, that's exactly. Just what I still wonder why.
Well, it's amazing what you've done with it, in 30 years. I mean, it's just a huge piece of property. It's just a huge piece of property.
And it's getting bigger as we age.
And you're a busy lady. It's not like you devote all your time to tilling the soil and planting the garden and canning vegetables. I mean, you have many talents. You
Well,
have many
I can
gifts,
do my
and-
art more now.
and she's an artist. So we'll come back at some point and do that. Okay. Thank you so much. Virgil's sitting over there. I'm going to acknowledge him as the partner in this adventure of the Walton House. And it's just wonderful that you're here. And I just hope that the people that come after all of us appreciate the history that this place brings to us, and that Matthew Walton was such an important person in Kentucky.
And he